Hey everyone, got another short video just to show you the starter player apartment in Vampire Syndicate and to discuss a few minor things. Anyways, you'll notice that the apartment here is smaller and rather dingier than the one shown in the old demo, and that's because I've decided to extend the beginning of the game. In my original idea of the game, the player starts off as a familiar of a vampire lineage, which means they are already well known in the criminal networks of the city and relatively high up in the pecking order. It also means they are already sworn to one of the lineages. I decided it would make much more sense to start the game earlier and allow the player to work their way up from a simple street thug. This will allow you more time to get to know the four major lineages before you are presented with a decision. Since all backgrounds will start the game relatively poor, even the disinherited noble, your apartment will be appropriately shoddy. Like in my last game, your room will also function as a hub for management mechanics, specifically that of managing your crew, your associates, and various criminal rackets that earn you passive income. What I want for the game is essentially a crime simulator, where you can explore the city, identify what opportunities are available, and ruthlessly exploit them. This can mean starting small with minor data thefts or taking over corner dealers, and then later on expanding to a position where you are hunting down corporate convoys and stealing tech for their rivals. I also want a more nuanced management system for your crew, which includes your companions, but later on also an entire organization, including hiring individual gangsters, promoting them to captains, and sending their crews on missions. It actually reminds me of an older game called Gangsters Organized Crime. How detailed this system will be will depend entirely on my budget, so it's all really up in the air. The player apartment will also be a hub for role-playing purposes, and like in Memoirs, the TV screens will give you some extra lore about the city, as well as keeping you up to date on current events. Some of the objects are interactable, if only to give the player a greater sense of immersion, such as flushing toilets. Okay, that's it. My next video will probably talk a little bit about either story or combat.